Good morning, one and all. Welcome to Heart of K, Purple Sky KT here. It is currently 5:36 a.m. this morning. How are you? I hope you slept well. I hope you enjoyed your weekend. If you had to work, thank you for being at service to our community wherever you are, whether it's in Brooklyn where I am or all the way in Sweden. Thank you for helping to keep our community alive. I am doing pretty well this morning. I slept very well last night. To my surprise, I feel well rested. Had a very restful weekend. I played that song again. Heartbeat, as well as known by Fluttered, by When. When. W-H-E-N. Sorry, I didn't leave the name in the videos yesterday. I realized that, it's a form of habit when you realize that you've been moving forward very well. You're feeling good about it. You think you should be complacent. But for me, that was a part of my endurance. I know that I've been sharing with you guys all the little things that I do or used to do for fun and how it has changed. None of those things are fun for me anymore. And the more I think about it, the more I thought about it, I realized it was my actions in attempt of saving myself from suicide. Now, I'm not saying that, well, I'm going to be honest, yeah, in my youth, and yes, in my youth, like in junior high, I did consider committing suicide a few times. I was around in the 8th grade. And not everyone knows about that. Like, I don't think I really shared this part of my life with anyone in particular. But yeah, around 8th grade, I considered committing suicide more than once. I considered running away. And it could have just been my adolescent period, because I was within that. That's where I was around the age 13, going on 14. And then I remembered what happened that made me change my mind about a lot of things. When I used to work at the Gap, days when I was off and I just wanted to get out of the house, I would take the train to the city, Manhattan, and get lost. Just walk until I find another train station. And the place that I remember the most is walking in the village. I don't believe I ever purchased anything in the village, and it wasn't my first time in the village. Matter of fact, I believe it was just that took me to the village for the first time, one of our outings. Because when I was younger, like, I didn't ride a train on my, for a long time I didn't ride a train on my own. And if I did, it was usually to go to my mom's job. It was never to go to some place that I wanted to go. And then I thought about my life even further. And looking at my memories on Facebook, I remember 2015 being the year of discovery, self-discovery, where I was going to, I felt like I was going out like every weekend, every other day. I was always running to the movies or going to the museum, going to Barnes and Nobles to go sit at Starbucks and have my coffee. And even that, I'm not mad that I'm not in that headspace anymore, because that was a form of endurance. I would love for a friend and I to go. I've asked Diamond in the Rough several times, because at the time, Diamond in the Rough was the only friend I had that still remained in Brooklyn or within the 5 boroughs. Coffee and I, we used to go out for coffee, used to go out for breakfast, used to go out for, we did that, but sometimes you just want to do it at your favorite spot. And Coffee, one time, she came to visit me, and she did go with me to Barnes and Noble. So it's not as if I was ever alone. And even that The endurance of feeling that you're the only person that like the things that you like, that are interested in the things that you're interested in, but you don't know anyone else like that, or you don't hang out with anyone else like that as often as you used to. At least for me, it was scary. Because I didn't think I knew any better. I thought I needed someone to hold my hand. So when I ask about escapism, I'm not necessarily just talking about a great escape. I'm talking about, do we have anything like I did, which was going to Barnes and Nobles to have coffee and play Switch, because I'm around people. They're not my friends, they're strangers that don't know me, but they're people. And I like people. I like people a lot. And then that age-old question. At least it made me think of an age-old question where we used to ask each other, you know, would you want to, you know, what would you do if the entire world, you're the only survivor in the world? Everyone is dying. Honestly, I will die off too. Because I cannot exist without you. And you're existing also because of me. And if you end up dying before I do, that doesn't mean that your service, whatever you did, didn't help or became a constant reminder, an imprint of your legacy. And I'm generalizing this. I'm not really speaking of one person in particular. I feel this way, that whoever is watching this, whether I know you, whether you know me, because of you I exist. Because I exist. I exist, I mean, because of you. And we can't forget that within this process, I do love you. Please stay safe.